horrendous. Hey everybody, it's Isabel here. So, obviously, I'm gonna turn down these lights real quick so they're not so freaking apparent. Okay, so if it gets a little bit dark, that's why. So, wasn't gonna let the trolls run me off that easy. One second, let me grab my headphones that have. I wasn't gonna let trolls run me off that easy. Trolls, you're gonna have to try harder than that. Hello, if you have any. I'm trying to get just to get my earbud in. Sorry, me and my earbud are having issues. Alright, there we go. Alright, probably should have set this up before the live. Alright, we're good. Okay. So, sorry if the lights are really awkward right here. It's just because that is generally what I have to do now. I don't know why I look like this, though. I don't know why. That's so weird. I don't know why. Hang on. I'll be back. BRB. Aw, thank you to whoever just liked. Alright. Hi, Cyber Monkey. Yes, I am back. It's actually been going pretty good. I want to see what my room looks like. Okay. I guess we're going to have to deal with it. I hope your night's been going awesome too. Mine has been. Had a little drama. Hang on, I'm going to try to turn these lights down soon. Because I don't like the glare. Yeah, you did. You told me that you joined. So I am very excited that you did. Sorry you had drama. Hope things get better. Yeah, they've been like we had a little bit of drama, but everything went smooth after we ended that. So that was really good. So I put tarot reading because we're gonna be doing another tarot card reading, and I'm gonna tell you something. It's gonna take more than a few trolls to stop my lives. I'm gonna tell you that right now. KK sounds awesome. Yay! But I am gonna kind of have a busy weekend because I have to work tomorrow in the morning and in the evening. But in between, I'm gonna try to get out, try to do some lives for a couple hours. So just ignore the haters. You're doing great. So I actually don't know what. So on Instagram, before I deleted it, I saw, sounds like a busy weekend, wishing you the best. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Cyber Monkey. So, I don't remember the, whoever had it on, but I remember there was an account that had like a haters thing, and it was like being mad at other people's success or something like that. Hang on, I'm actually going to try to look it up. I'm going to look it up real quick because I'm actually going to look it up if I can do it without an account because I don't have one anywhere. Let's see. Okay. I found it. And it says haters having anger towards everyone reaching success. Which sounds accurate. Which sounds pretty accurate. Also, if I stop commenting, the chat turned off. Okay. I wonder why the chat would turn off. That's accurate. Some people hate just hate. That I find so true Like, I'm gonna call her a mutual friend who now hates me and hates my guts. So, and when we were friends, I'm gonna tell you this right now. She was always upset with me because she wanted. It's just sometimes YouTube does that. Sometimes they turn off the comments in the middle of the live. That is stupid. You know what? Hang on. I'm actually going to do something. I'm gonna go on to YouTube Studios. See if I can see the live on here. Well, I just got face bombed with so many. Okay, yeah, I can see the live. So if people stop commenting, I can slip in here and figure out. Okay. Okay, so it doesn't look like I can be finicky with the comments. Okay. Sorry things didn't go well with your friend. I hope it happens again one day. Me too. It's because we wanted to be famous. We wanted to be famous on 2 different platforms, and she's mad at me. She got mad at me because in the span of I think like 1 or 2 years, I always had more than her, and she started way before I did. She started on her platform way before I did. And I started on YouTube, and I would get maybe 3, 4, 5 if lucky. Like, I get like maybe 5 people watching my videos. And I told her I'm grateful because they actually took like however long they watched my video for out of their day to at least look at my video. Which, I mean, I'm grateful. Hi, if you have anything that you want to say, please chat it. And no trolling, please. That's one thing I did want to talk about is I do want to have a live where we start the beginning off with a list of rules for chat. But I will tell you, last time was like the first time that I've put somebody in timeout beside my boyfriend. I see well outside. Friendships shouldn't end over small things like that, but I'm glad you kept making videos. You do fun work. Thank you. Thank you, Cyber Monkey. So, yeah. Hi, mamas. Come here. It's okay. What? Come here, you crazy dog. My dog doesn't love me. Come here. It's okay. Come here. It's okay. It's not your fault. Like, I told my boyfriend that, it's just, like, there's gonna be trolls online, and you just kind of gotta away. You just gotta go. And plus, I've been dealing with haters my whole life. So, let's see, whatever you do, please do not hit the chair that my computer is on, because I don't need that just for YouTube. I also need that for school. So you guys can't see her, but my dog is underneath the chair that I have my computer on, so I have room to do tarot card readings. You seem awesome. I hope you don't have any haters. I do. As of right now, good dog. Yeah, my dog can be crazy sometimes. We can't let her outside by herself, like our other two, because she'll hop our back fence. And she comes back, but we just don't want her doing that in case, she, something happens. So we are always hanging outside with her. And then our dogs will let us know when they want to come in by barking, and then we usually get them. I have 3 dogs. I have a very sassy husky who's quiet most of the time unless he wants something. Well, at least it seems like she has a lot of energy. She does. Like, she'll run around the backyard. Like, we have a kind of a decent backyard, and she'll run laps around it. And my sister started this. She's like, "Oh, she's got the zoomies," and our dogs. Like, our dog is like, she's fast. And then we have our fluffy husky, who I call him a sassy husky because he can be sassy, especially when I'm so, like, when my sister's at work, when everybody's at work and it's just me, I watch the dogs, I give them water, I give them food, we just leave their food bowls out, and they eat as they please. All your dogs seem awesome. Thank you, Cyber Monkey. But yeah, we have a very, like, our dog, like, our husky, like, his name's Alpine, and he literally is one sassy husky. He's very quiet, and like, what happened to him was very sad. Like, I think all of our, like, I know that mine and my sister's dogs has trauma to them, but I don't know if our dog Ozzy does. Because my dog was found under a trailer by my brother, she was literally skin and bone when we found her, which was really sad. And my brother brought her home. Me and her instantly clicked. And then she wouldn't leave me alone. Which was adorable. And I remember the first time I left the house. Glad your dog ended up with such great owners. Thank you. And I remember the first time I left to go to the store with my sister, because we were getting something for dinner. And I just remember hearing her whine. And I wanted to cry. And I cried at the store because my mom had called me and my sister, been like, "Hey, could you pick up these things while you guys are there?" We're like, "Yeah, we can do that." And I just remember hearing her over the phone, and I started crying in the store. And then with our dog Alpine, before us, he had 11 other homes. And he was hit by a car. And I believe by the last people before us that had him, he was hit by a car. And he also has a slit. I can't remember what year it is, but he has a slit in one of his ears that the vets think that the previous owners cut his ear to get him to dogfight or something. But he's in a very loving home now. He's sassy, but yeah. The story of how my sister found him choked me up when I heard it. I remember the night we brought him home, he ran. That's good. Glad things turned out for the best. They did. And I remember the night we brought him home, he ran and my sister ran after him. We found him, obviously. And I just remember, we brought him inside, told him, "No, you're not allowed to do that." We gave him water because he was panting really hard, and some food. And yeah. And I just realized something. I'm the only one so I have 2 other siblings, and out of all 3 of our dogs, I'm the only one that has a female. I'm the only one that has a female. I'm the only one that has a female dog. Because our other 2 dogs are male. So our other 2 dogs are male. LOL. But anyway, I'm going to... You're a kind person. Thank you. I honestly try to be, because I'm always like, the world could use a little bit of kindness. And so anytime somebody needs help, I try my best to help them. Like when I was in elementary school and some of like the younger kids, because did after school, because my dad worked after school. I was allowed to run around with the kids, and it was nice to have an extra eye with the teachers. And I remember full on well that there was a little girl, I do not remember her name. I think her name was like Annika or something, but I'm not sure. Needed help with her homework, and we had a table that was just dedicated to kids that needed to get their homework done. And, they weren't allowed to go play until they got their homework done, or any makeup work they needed to get done. So I was always there trying to help. I'd been like, hey, I can help best I can. And yeah. Yeah, I have to go babysit some kids tomorrow. And I can't wait because I love playing with the kids. I love playing with kids. They're so cute. That's awesome. Glad you were there to help. Yes. I'm trying to figure out that's awesome. I was watching your videos. Free your last live. They were really cool after. Ooh. That's okay. I do that all the time. And so I'm gonna figure out what sometimes I mess up my sentences. You don't need to apologize for that. You can ask my boyfriend. I mess up my sentences all the time. It's like sometimes, and I used to hate doing it on camera. Like I remember when I first started YouTube, I used to try to be perfect on camera. It's like I wouldn't upload a video. I remember to record even just like a 5-minute video would take me like 2 hours because I'd either mess up what I wanted to say, didn't do it down to the nitty-gritty of the script. And I just remember one video, I just kind of let myself improvise like I do with lives, and people were like, that's a lot more fun, like they were kind of more interactive with me. They were a lot more like willing to interact with me. So, and then I was like, why am I trying to be perfect when perfect isn't a thing? It's like nobody's perfect. You are as perfect, like you are perfectly, like I like to say I'm perfectly imperfect. And when I make a mistake, I grow. And on a whiteboard I have in my room, I write down a monthly quote. So when I go to change out my whiteboard, I put a new quote up there for the month. And I remember one of the quotes being like, no one is perfect. All you have to do is be yourself, quirks and all. Yes. Like, I know that me and my boyfriend, we have a Disney quirk. We were both big Disney fans. Like, this shelf right here, knock on wood, this shelf, it doesn't look like a shelf, but it's a shelf. I built this myself. I also have another one. You can't see because it's not on camera. But this, I built myself. This literally took blood, sweat, and tears. Literally. I was trying to put it together. And I remember, that's awesome craftsmanship. Thank you. I remember I almost drilled into my hand. Luckily, my teacher was spotting me. Nice work on the shelf. Thank you. I have another one. and I call it my movie shelf because I put all my movies on here, and that's why I wanted one, was because, really funny story. There's a reason why I started collecting Disney movies, is because A, I'm a big Disney fan, and B, how this all started was before I started YouTube and before I had a job, my parents couldn't afford Disney Plus, Netflix, Hulu, Paramount. They couldn't afford any of that. So we had to always go off. Disney movies are awesome. Yes, they are. And I remember one time I really wanted to watch the animated version of Cinderella. And in fact, I'm going to see if I can go find it real quick. But I'm going to continue talking. And I just remember... Oh, here it is. And I just remember... There it is. And I remember going to the store that day. We were going to a store called Bookman's. And I was like, my mom's like, you can get one movie. One movie. I'm actually going to grab the first 6 movies that I ever got. Yeah, here they are. I don't know. So the first 6 that I ever got, and I'm going to tell you, this movie right here is what started it all for me. Because I wanted to watch this movie really bad that week, but here's the thing. I didn't know what to do. Thank you. I couldn't watch it anywhere. It's like what I could find on YouTube that was free either had really crappy audio, was blurry, or just other stuff. So we went to Bookman's, and I believe the first 2 movies I grabbed was Mulan, because I'm a diehard fan of Mulan. And I thought this was clickbait, but apparently it's not. So I've learned from buying Disney movies, some movies have a part 2, like The Hunchback of Notre Dame has a second movie. I never heard of it. This movie has a second movie. Never heard of it. I've been wanting to watch a movie so bad. I've been there wanting to watch a movie so bad. You search everywhere for it. Yep. Yes. And I didn't know Mulan had a second one. Lion King 2 is super awesome. That was one of the ones I watched as a kid. I remember I went with one of my mom's friends when the movie was in theaters. With one of my mom's friend's kids. It was my mom's friend from work, her kid, and then me and my sister. We all went together to the movies. Even Beauty and the Beast has a second movie. It does? It does. Well, I learned something new. I know that Ariel has, I know that I know the Little Mermaid has multiple and also live action. I haven't ever seen it. I haven't seen it in forever, but it does. I want to watch it now. Next time I go to Bookbins, I will most definitely keep an eye out for it. But I'm actually going to say this. I actually knew there was a second Mulan, but I thought it was clickbait. Because the way when I watched it, I only watched a clip of it, and it's still my most hated scene ever. Because it was on YouTube, and the channel it was on wasn't very credible, so I was like, okay, this is clickbait or something, or they just made the movie and said it was a Disney movie. But I remember my most hated scene, and it's still my most hated scene, is when Shang they make you think Shang dies. Like, I absolutely hate it. Then I found this one. I literally was like, yes, 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 yes. Do you have Disney Plus now? I hate that part. I don't have it now. I'm hoping to get it soon. Hopefully. I have Netflix, though. I'm paying for Netflix. My parents don't have to worry about it. And then I found out something. This movie does not only have a second one, but it has a third one. Like, this is all Cinderella. And then another thing I will say is I really want to see the new Little Mermaid Mother live action one. I've actually seen the live action Little Mermaid. I knew they had a third movie. I didn't even know there was a second or third one of Cinderella. That live action one. Yes, I have seen the new Little Mermaid. I have seen the live action one. I wanted to do a critique video, but I was scared I was going to get hate. And I was, like, my critiques were mainly for the writers and the song. Sorry again. It's okay. I mess up my spelling all the time. You can literally go ask my boyfriend. I mess up my spelling all the time, so you're fine. But, go for it. I would love to hear you rant. But, when I was little, I had an idea. So, I don't remember if this movie, I don't think this movie was out yet, but it might have been, and I just never heard of it. I literally asked, what if the shoe never fits Cinderella? Like, what if it never fits Cinderella? Like, which out of her two stepsisters would it had? I love how this isn't even about Sarah Potts readings anymore. Yeah, it's not. No, I'm changing the title because because here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to change the title. Okay, let's see. Hang on. I'm changing the titles from Tarot Card Readings to Ranting. There we go. And we might do, like, I'm going to probably change it later to where it's, okay, I'm probably going to change it later to where it's probably going to be and Tarot Card Reading is probably going to do one later. Okay. But the one movie that made me cry when I found it, the one movie that made me cry, and I have an entire backstory why. You can literally go ask my sister, you can go ask my mom, ask my dad, ask my pup. You can basically ask anybody in my family. And it was Aladdin. Now, there's a reason why this particular movie made me cry. Because when I was a kid, I wasn't really allowed to go anywhere. Like, I couldn't go over to a friend's house. I wasn't really generally allowed anywhere because my parents were protective. And I don't remember who bought this for me. But I remember we had a copy of it. We had a copy. It was this exact copy, Diamond Edition. Oh, Platinum, I meant, sorry. Platinum, everything. I like both of the Aladdin movies. I do too. I like how they actually kind of emphasized. I do feel like they did cut, like, I do like who they picked for Jasmine. I felt like Naomi Scott kind of brought a different, like Jasmine to the table. I was gonna say the movie's name, but I'm gonna say Jasmine. I thought she brought like a different side, which was funny. And I did notice they changed his second wish. That the second one is where he meets his father, right? I think so. I've never seen it. I do want to watch it. I do want to watch I know they have spin-off ones because I think so, but I'm not 100%, so please do not quote me on that. But this movie made me cry because as a kid, with generally nothing to do, and I didn't get a phone until like 4th grade. Watch it, it's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm planning to. But I remember as a kid with having generally nothing to do, and I mean literally nothing to do. Literally nothing. I literally would run into my room and I would hog the TV, and my sister would get so mad at me. My sister would get so mad at me. Would get ultimately mad at me because I would spend hours in my room on, because this is a double disc, so it has a disc where it has games and all kinds of fun stuff for you to do. And I remember I used to play on that for hours. Like, I could spend hours just playing that game. And I just remember, I think my most favorite was Inside the Genie's Lamp. Specifically, do you play video games? Yes, I do. I'm a big fan of video games. I do play video games. I have a Nintendo Switch that I got for Christmas, I think like a couple years ago. Yes. Awesome. But I just remember, like, when I got a hold of this, some random lady, and a cashier asked me if I was okay. And I said, yes, I'm fine. I said, this is a movie that I absolutely adore. And this is a movie I absolutely adore. I'm glad I found it. And I remember I came right home, threw the second disc in, and cried. Like, full on just bawling because of it. And then I remember when I bought Encanto. I love that movie. And a lot of people are like, it's because of the graphics it's good, it's because of the story. For me, that's so awesome how emotional you got. That must have been a cool feeling. Yes, it really was, because it was like a childhood. Like, Disney is literally my childhood. And then even today, I do get some haters because I collect dolls, specifically of a child's show. I recently saw Encanto. I loved it. My favorite part of Encanto is this one part of the story, like this underlying story of, okay, I'm gonna say it this way. I relate so much to Maribel because she is strong and is in the shadow of her family. Some of the best Disney music I've ever heard in so long. Plus, the story was so good. That is what I keep trying to tell. So one thing I keep trying to tell Disney is, like, the story. It's like, I feel like what Disney is doing recently with some of their live action movies is they're focusing on the big budget, like cost, like the big budget, like bigger the budget, better the movie. When it should be focusing on the story and not so much. Yeah. But I really adore Encanto. Like, I like how relatable Mirabel is, but I like how each character in Encanto you can kind of relate to in a different way. It's all about a good and heartfelt story. Yes. One thing I love about movies in general, and my favorite type of movie or TV show, is the TV shows that toy around with your emotions. Like, what I mean is, with great and interesting characters. Yes. I love when movies toy around with your emotion. Like, I remember I can't believe I'm bringing this up in live. Okay, so I'm a little kid at heart, and I like little kid things sometimes. And I saw a show, a little kid that was meant for little kids, and they were coming out with dolls. I love the dolls. And I remember same. It's called Rainbow High, and I still actually, I can't say used to, I still have, I take the backs of the boxes and I cut them out. Like, let me actually go get one and I'll show you what I mean. Alright, so yeah. Okay, so like I'll take the backs, like this was the back of, I don't remember which doll, but I actually I cut out the backs of the boxes. I mean, I even watched The Owl House, such an awesome show, and the characters are really cool. Yes, not to mention the really great animation. Yes. So I like watching Rainbow High, and I collect their dolls whenever I can. Their dolls are kind of expensive. But I would take the backs of the boxes, and I would literally take the back of the boxes. I would cut them out like this, and I would hang them up on my wall, and I had this one and another Shadow High one hanging up on my wall. And people were like, "We don't play with dolls anymore, sweetheart. It's time that you grow up." And I'm like, and I sat there and I said, "Let me be a kid. If you have grown up out of it, that's fine with you. But for those of us that want to be a kid, let us be kids." And I remember the first 3 dolls I got of that my boyfriend bought me. My boyfriend had bought me them, and I was so happy. Moana Star fan, I am too. I'm having like a side conversation with my. Your lives are really cool. Thank you. It's like I'm having a side conversation with my boyfriend because we're trying to plan something, and now me and him are so confused. But me and him, but my boyfriend bought me my first 3 dolls. And I just remember I wanted to cry because the first doll he got me was of my favorite character who was really relatable. And I'm not trying to be mean or rude, but I cried. Like, I wanted to cry, and he was like, "Oh, please don't cry." And he kept saying that he was sorry for making me cry, and I kept telling him no. I said, "You don't need to apologize. I told him, if it's making me cry in a bad way, then you can apologize. But making me cry tears of joy, no. And I remember walking around with it thinking, oh God, I'm going to get bullied. You know, in the back of my head, like, oh God, people are going to bully me, but I don't really care because I really like the doll. And no one did, surprisingly. Like, I had all these, like, bad stuff in my head, and I do that. Like, I'll visualize bad stuff, and majority of the time it doesn't happen. But some of the times it does. I'm glad I have water because you're just enjoying yourself and having fun. Yes. I like having fun, and I actually recently just completed a set of Rainbow High dolls. I'm sure people saw that and were like, oh, cool. Yeah. Surprisingly, people weren't bullying me. They were like, oh, that's cool. You know, they were like, oh, that's cool. I remember one of my friends, Olivia, from my dance class, was like, oh, that's a cute doll. Where'd you get it? Olivia was super nice to me, so shout out to her. And I remember when I told her about my YouTube journey, she was like, "Put your YouTube channel in my name, like in my phone, so I can subscribe to you, because I want to support you." And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. But I remember I got I actually have completed 2 sets so far of technically 3 sets. Technically, I'm saying technically, because there's one character named Sabrina who starts off as a group that is now dead to me, literally dead to me, named Rainbow Divas. And the reason why it's dead to me, for those of you guys that want to know, the reason why the Rainbow Divas are dead to me is because of, I think her name's Melanie and Aisha. They are bitches. Literal bitches. Because they are so mean to Sabrina. And then Sabrina goes off and does her own thing and is like, becomes like a star, and it's so cute. Like, I'm gonna die. But that her was the first doll. But when it kind of comes down to it, I am not gonna lie, I'm more of a Shadow High girl than a Rainbow High girl. And then there is one set of the dolls that I want, and I've been wanting for like since I heard about them. The twin pack of Sunny and Luna. I want that doll. You're doing a live stream again. Yes, Moana Star fan. Don't make me hug you. I threaten my boyfriend with hugs. I'm like, if you don't do this, I will hug you. Yeah. But Sabrina, and then Sabrina kind of broke off and went, "We have 3 people watching." Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's so cool. I didn't know that people were interested in hearing me rant. It's like, to be honest, I could rant all night, but no one's commented yet. That's okay. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I just go on somebody's stream and just sit there and listen. I don't really. But if I remember one time as a kid, and I'm so tempted to do this, but I just don't know when or how I'm going to do it, is I wanted to do a 24-hour stream as a kid. Where I just streamed for 24 hours straight. And I thought it was going to be super easy. 24-hour stream would be insane. That would be so true. Now, here's the problem. If I did a 24-hour stream, here would be the issue. I go on, I call them scooter rides because I have a scooter. I would have to take my computer with me because when I live stream on my phone, it's very finicky. And it would be hard to hold my phone. And also my phone glitches out a lot. So I need to get an upgrade. So yeah. And so I live stream on my computer. Well, the issue with that is my computer's big. And I need both hands to, well, technically I need one hand and I can't, and it takes me 2 hands to turn. It probably would have to be on where you're home all day to chill, on a day where you're home and chilling. Yes, it would have to be on a day where I was stuck home. Well, next time that I'm home alone and my parents are off going camping, I can try to do it. I can try because I'm stuck home alone because I have to watch the pups and I'm not really allowed to go anywhere. Because if my sister doesn't go, she's at work, same with her roommate. And since I don't really have anything to do, I just stay home, watch the dogs, let them out when they need to, give them food, give them water, give them fresh food, give them fresh water. They need it. Listen to the crazy husky whine about not being allowed in his room when there's food, because my mom doesn't like it when our dogs eat in their room. So we have him out in the kitchen, and sometimes I'll give our husky Alpine a treat, and he'll be like, "Okay, time to go to my room," and he'll be like, "Dang it!" and he'll be like, "Dang it, my door is closed." But yeah. And I probably honestly would have to mute myself a lot. But it's that also. But yeah, I mean, we could try. I wonder how many people would be interested in that. I kind of want to. Oh, hang on. I'm curious. I'm curious now. Okay, I'm doing something and I'm curious about it, so. It's just I can't be on a day that I have class because on Monday through Thursday, I have an online math class, and I don't know how well my computer would handle the virtual classroom and a stream, and I don't want to bust my computer. So I started a poll, and it said, "Would you like a 24-hour stream? Please comment. Please, vote, because it would really help me know on how many people are interested and how many people are like, nah." Moana Star fan, it's actually not impossible. Me and my boyfriend are about ready to get into a fight. It's not impossible. Nothing's impossible. Nothing is impossible. Okay, so someone just voted, and it was yes. Good. Oh God. It's the fight. Me and my boyfriend, we don't fight that often, but we usually are quick to make up. That was me who voted. Cool. But it would be interesting to try to see do a 24-hour stream. Yeah, that would be interesting. Oh, and then what did you say? My boyfriend just said it's not possible. Yes, it is. I would do it tonight, but my only issue is I'm gonna have to end stream soon because I do have to go to bed kind of early because I have to go watch kids tomorrow. And I've learned something. Never stay up the night before you're gonna go watch kids, because kids are hyper as flippin' God. I guess we know who the other viewer is. Yes. And I'm sitting there. I'm just sitting, I like watching kids, don't get me wrong. I love watching little kids. But they are hyper. Hyper is what little kids are. They are hyper. And I like it, don't get me wrong. But I always tell little kids, enjoy being a little kid while you can. Because I remember when I was younger, I used to want to turn 16 so bad. Like, I couldn't wait for my 16th birthday because all the shows I watched as a kid, the main character, as soon as they turn 16, something outright beautiful, magical, just something would happen. Something would happen to them that was beautiful, magical, fantastic. And then I turned 16 and I couldn't wait to turn 16, and then I ended up turning 16 and having none of that happen, which made me sad because I was like, yeah. And I just remember feeling really sad about it. Like, but I always, I actually had a friend who would get really upset, when she would get a hate comment. And I kept telling her before we stopped being friends, ignore the haters. Because something that I've learned over the years is if you react, and I kept telling her, if you keep reacting to the haters, you're giving them what they want, is they want a reaction out of you. Haters aren't worth the effort or thought. Exactly. And that's what I kept telling her. And she straight up was like, I know, but it's hard to deal with it. And I'm like, chill. Out. Girl, chill. I'm like, girl, chill. Why do I keep getting met with confetti every time I go on to YouTube Studios? Oh no, it's at 50. No. We're having an issue, guys. We're having a crisis. This does not help me. Guys, this does not help. This don't help. The poll is not helping. So, I'm not gonna lie. Every time I go onto YouTube Studios, I get met with confetti. Like, these little, confetti pop things. And I'm just like, why? It's like if I switch over to this tab to make sure, stream's still good, and then I switch back over to that tab, it does it. And I'm like, why? Because I'm trying to do something else. Like, I'm just sitting here, trying to look at stuff on YouTube Studios real quick. And for those of you guys that know what this is, Dear Isabel is coming back. I just have not had time to write any new episodes because I've been so occupied with school. Math is kicking my ass, literally. So, one of my most funny videos I think I have done so far So if you guys hear me typing, I'm just gonna say this straight up now. Is I am just working on something down here. So if y'all need me, just I don't know. I'll keep an eye. You know, there is one movie that I'm banking that I hope they don't cancel. Is the new Wish movie. If you all are wondering, I will not be watching the new Snow White. I possibly won't watch it. Let's put it that way. If I do end up watching it, it most likely okay, there we go. I'm pulling up the stream on something else real quick just so I can. The new Wish looks good. Yes, it does. And I'm just pulling this up because I want to see something weird. Because I'm just looking at something. So I'm just making sure everything looks good from a different point of view. Okay, everything seems to look good on this end. Okay. But anyway, um, I think that I'm definitely gonna go see the new Wish. I'm kind of really wanting to go see it. I think it's gonna be a really good movie. And apparently it's the movie of a century. Or it's like it has the story of a century in it, and yeah. I'm just posting an update, letting people, like, literally just reminding people that I'm not gonna be here, unfortunately. Tomorrow, not tomorrow, but that I'm not gonna be. Oh, somebody else just voted. That's weird. Okay. That I'm not gonna be there Monday. I'm not probably not gonna post anything Monday because yeah, right, so right, Isabel. I like the wish. Hi, Lilybug. Thanks for the stream. I really hope you stream again tomorrow. I do too. I'm planning to stream tomorrow. Let's put it that way. I'm planning to. It obviously won't be a 24-hour stream. But I will definitely try to stream tomorrow if that is what people want. Make sure to get some rest. I will. Don't worry. I will get plenty of rest. Don't worry, Cyber Monkey. I will be sure to get some rest. And speaking of rest, I'm probably gonna go ahead and end the stream here, just because I am starting to get tired and I really don't want to end up as me falling asleep on stream and you guys watching me sleep, because that would be weird. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And be sure to share my channel with everybody that you know. And thanks, guys. Peace out. Bye, bye, awesome kings and queens.